I decided to challenge myself by signing up for a half marathon. I committed to 14 weeks of focused training, and after running over 350 kilometers across 40 running sessions, I was feeling ready for it. But life had other plans for the half marathon race day.
My goodness.
Reflecting on the big picture though, the fact that I successfully trained for a half marathon is a true testament for how much I've grown. I used to see exercise as a chore and never imagined I would actually enjoy it. But now, running has become a key part of my lifestyle, bringing so much joy and value to my life. In this video, I'm going to share my half marathon journey with you, from creating my training plan using ChatGPT to the very eventful race day. Whether you are an experienced runner or a complete beginner, my goal with this video is to help you discover the joy of running, push your limits, and improve your fitness. Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Mary. I'm a doctor turned entrepreneur, and in this channel I talk about personal development in a very practical way to help you create a real change in your life. Make sure to subscribe for more videos on creating a life you love. Today's video is about an essential part of personal development, which is physical fitness. I personally believe that having a strong body is key for developing a strong mind. Exercise helps me feel more confident, energized, and focused every single day. It clears my mind, boosts my mood, and builds discipline and resilience. I'll split this video into different parts. First, I'll talk about my running background, then I'll share how I created a training plan using ChatGPT, and then I'll talk about my half marathon event experience. Starting with my running background. I started running in 2020 when COVID hit. Since I was spending so much time at home, I wanted to find a sport that I could do outdoors. And that's when I started running, but initially I literally couldn't run for more than 2 minutes. And that was very frustrating. I just thought maybe running isn't for me because this feels so difficult, and I couldn't imagine how I could one day run for more than 10 or 15, 20 minutes without stopping. And one thing that really helped me back then was to do interval running. Over time, I built my physical endurance and was finally able to run 5 kilometers without stopping. And over the years, I incorporated running into my training routine, but I was never very consistent with it. And last year, I ran a half marathon with a friend. And back then, I didn't have a set time goal in mind for finishing the half marathon. My main goal was to complete it. I thought to myself, if I'm able to complete a half marathon in 2 hours and 6 minutes, I will be over the moon. And in the end, my friend and I were able to finish the half marathon in 1 hour and 57 minutes. And it's hard for me to describe how amazing it was to complete that goal and really excel all my expectations. I completed that first half marathon a couple of days after defending my PhD thesis, and that probably was the most confident and empowered I've ever felt in my whole life. And one of my 2024 goals was to complete the half marathon in under 1 hour and 55 minutes. And my intention was to do it in an official half marathon event. I decided to sign up for the Alicante to Santa Pola half marathon, which is called La Gran Carrera del Mediterráneo. So my next step was to get a training plan. I had 14 weeks between signing up and the half marathon, so I decided to put together a training plan using ChatGPT. I'll leave the prompts that I used below so you can adapt it if you want to create a training plan for yourself using ChatGPT. To simplify my training program, program, I asked ChatGPT to split my training into 5 phases and have 3 different types of workouts per week. Every week I would do one speed session where I would do intervals, then I would do tempo runs where I would keep my pace at a certain level for a certain distance, and finally the long runs, and these runs got longer and longer as I progressed through my training, getting up to 18 kilometers, and those runs were painful. They really got me questioning my decision to do a half marathon in the first place. However, I got through them, and they not only helped me increase my physical endurance but also my mental resilience. And off I went for the next 14 weeks training for my first official half marathon. Considering that I traveled to 5 different countries during that time, I managed to stick to my training pretty well. Out of the 14 weeks, I was able to stick to my plan pretty well for 12 weeks, and there were 2 weeks where it got a little tricky. Overall, I was feeling very prepared for my first half marathon, and I was so excited for it. It was finally the weekend of the half marathon event. I woke up on Saturday feeling so excited about the next day's race. After breakfast, I opened my email to find an email from the organization saying that the half marathon event was cancelled. Email said that the government decided to cancel the event because of the storm that happened in Valencia, which didn't really affect Alicante at all, but there was nothing the organization could do. I opened that email less than 24 hours before the official event. I just sat there and I couldn't believe what was happening. The email said we could collect our kit even though the half marathon event wasn't going ahead. My boyfriend and I went to our favorite Italian restaurant in Alicante, and I decided to message a friend who was also in the same running club as me in Alicante. So I just got home now. I have my kit here, and even though the half marathon, the official one, isn't going ahead, a friend of mine shared that there is a running group who's gonna do the half marathon tomorrow. Obviously, it is a different route. I've been training for 14 weeks and I'm ready to go, so I'm looking forward to that. Okay, so a friend of mine shared that a local running club is leaving from this cafe at 9 a.m. It's nearly 7:30. I'm a little early, but there's nobody here. Well, I'm going to start warming up a little bit and see if anybody's gonna show up. Otherwise, I don't know what I'll do. Okay, so I found the running group. Let's see how this goes. I was absolutely delighted to have found this group. Off we went running from the marina in Alicante all the way to San Juan Beach. I wasn't familiar at all with this running course, but since I was joining the running club, I felt pretty confident because I just needed to stick with them. I managed to stick with them for 5 kilometers, but then something happened. We got to an odd place where I wasn't sure if I should keep going right or left, and I couldn't really see anyone from the running club. There were 2 girls in front of me. I wasn't sure if they were part of the running club, but they decided to go in one direction. Basically, we ended up running on the beach, on the sand, and that wasn't too bad until we got to a place where I was literally trail running. Oh my goodness. It got to a point where I couldn't keep running anymore. So I kind of twisted my ankles twice and I said to myself, this is ridiculous, let's just stop the watch until we get back to the road. So that was what I did. Once I got back to the road, everything felt so much easier. I got a message on my watch from a friend wishing me luck, and that gave me so much energy. I just said to myself, let's do this, let's give our best. arrived to San Juan Beach was magical. This was my go-to local running course, and I was absolutely delighted to have found my way back here. However, that was kilometer 9, and I had to run another 12 kilometers by myself. I knew it was going to get difficult, so I asked my boyfriend to keep me company for the last 8 kilometers. And I can't emphasize enough how important that was, because my mind was begging me to stop from kilometer 16 up until kilometer 18. At that stage, I realized that if I kept pushing through, I would achieve my goal and finish the half marathon in under 1 hour and 55 minutes. The key at this stage was to take control of my mind. I personally love to use mantras to keep me focused and positive. So I kept telling myself, stay strong, keep up the good work, stay in the game, you're doing great, you've got this, keep pushing, you can do it, stay in the game. At kilometer 20, my legs were feeling so heavy, but I wanted to give my all in the final kilometer of the race. Of course, I went for a sprint finish, I just tried to run as fast as I could for the last meters of the run.
How'd you feel, Mary?
I discarded the activity. I can't believe this.
Mary, you just completed your half marathon.
Yes,
What an achievement.
yes, and I deleted it.
It's just a piece of data. Look at this. You happy with your run, Mary?
I'm very happy with my run, but I'm very frustrated with my Garmin watch. Done.
I managed to complete my goal of finishing a half marathon in under 1 hour and 55 minutes.
Yay! I just finished my half marathon and oh my god, it feels so good. I trained for this for 14 weeks. I really gave my best. I ran over 350 kilometers. For me, is a huge thing. I'm not a big runner. I am just so delighted with my run and my performance. It feels good.
However, I still want to run another half marathon to really see what I'm capable of achieving given a proper course and not doing trail running in the middle of it. Wish me luck. I hope I get to do it again. See what my body can do after 14 weeks of training. Thanks for watching until the end. I hope this video inspired you to keep pushing your limits in your fitness journey. If you're interested in building healthier habits, I suggest that you watch this video next. I hope to see you there. Bye!